Hello and welcome to Freezer Meals 101. I am Christy.
And I'm Charla, and today's video is kind of a continuation of another video that we did because we cooked them all in the same day, but we wanted to split it into two videos so that it wasn't too overwhelming for you.
We don't want to overwhelm you with our sausage. Been waiting all day to say that.
No, we don't want to overwhelm you with our sausage.
Okay. She said with a wink. Anyhow, so in the other video, we did all of the loose ground sausage, but this is sausage meatballs.
Yes, so right there.
Is there other one?
Show you another one. And we'll put it at the end of this video too, and in the description down below. But to make the meatballs, we did some prep before this. So we just sliced down the casing of the sausages and then split them into meatball-ish size.
Yes. And then we cooked them in the oven.
350.
At 350. And so first we did 15 minutes and then we shook them around a bit and then we did it for another 15 minutes. And then we had a discussion about, do these look dark enough? Do they think they're all the way cooked through? We didn't use a thermometer or anything. We went by gut.
Yeah.
And so we put them in for another 15 minutes. So we did 45 minutes at 350, probably overcooked them. But do you know what's nice about sausage? There's lots of fat mixed in there and they're moist and it's okay.
Lots of flavor.
Lots of flavor. They're so good. So we have some great meals for you today.
Yeah, these are really tasty. There's also a lot of variety. Like, I understand they are all with sausage meatballs, but there's a lot of variety. So we're gonna just jump into the recipes. This tortellini sausage skillet, I actually invented this recipe when I was doing some tortellini meals. I will put the link up above for those 3 tortellini freezer meals. But this ended up being so tasty that we make it on a regular basis now because it's just so good. And when you go to make it at the end, you just cook it up in the skillet, just like it sounds like. And you don't have to pre-cook the tortellini or anything like that.
It's easy.
Easy peasy. So for this one, we're actually gonna mix it in a large bowl first because it's such a large recipe that it makes it difficult to shake it and mix it, squish it together in the bag. So if you actually mix it in the bowl before adding it to the bag, it just mixes a lot nicer and the sauce evenly coats everything. So we're gonna put in our sausage meatballs, green, yellow, and red pepper that have been diced, some sliced mushrooms, onion, jar of pasta sauce. You can use whatever one is your favorite, and then a large container of the cheese tortellini. We use the fresh. It would work with the frozen, so feel free to use either. We get this large container at Costco usually, but you can also find them at the grocery store. You're just gonna mix that all together in the bowl, pour it into a large freezer bag, get all of your excess air out because when you're doing freezer cooking, it's really important that you get rid of air so that you don't get freezer burn. And then we're just gonna freeze this. On the day that you go to make this, you thaw it, and then you just dump the bag right into a skillet, add a 1/4 cup of water, and the tortellini will cook up right in there, and there's nothing else to do. You got a whole meal all in one.
This Italian wedding soup is very simple to put together. Start with the Italian sausage made into meatballs, add some carrot, and here you'll notice my fatal mistake, adding the 4 cups of chicken broth. Normally, we would add the chicken broth at the end, or you can omit the chicken broth and do it on the day of cooking. But I needed to find a solution, so I put it in a container, which helps stabilize it while I add the rest of the ingredients, which really was only just some parsley and salt and pepper. Then we seal it up, and we put a cup of orzo or some alphabet noodles, something tiny like that, into your medium-sized bag, and you can staple them together. You want to make sure that you staple above the seal line, otherwise you'll have holes in your bag. On the day of, this is pretty easy. You're gonna bring it to a boil and add in your pasta and add in some chopped spinach. That is gonna make your wedding soup. And then you can, after you put it in your bowls, you can sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan cheese on it.
Since it's getting to be a little colder out, we went with another soup. So we're doing a spinach and sausage white bean soup. For this one, we're again using the sausage meatballs, 3 cloves of minced garlic, some onion, a can of white kidney beans that have been drained, some salt, pepper, oregano, thyme, and 2 cups of roughly chopped spinach. I went ahead and put 2 cups of sort of rotini-like pasta. It's not exactly rotini, I don't know what it's called, in a medium-sized bag, and stapled that to our soup bag because the day that you go to cook this, you're gonna cook it in a large pot on the stove top, and you don't want to add the pasta until near the end of cooking. Towards the end of cooking, you want to add that pasta, stir that in. Once it's cooked, you serve this, and it's a great fall or winter soup.
This is the sausage and peppers. It has become one of our favorite here in our kitchen for sure. And I think it was an invention from Charla from way back. We start out with our meatballs. We add half yellow pepper sliced, some red pepper sliced, and an onion sliced. You add in some garlic and some Cajun seasoning. Funny story, Charlotte has every spice that you could possibly imagine in her kitchen, and I could not find Cajun seasoning, and I knew it was here, and I couldn't find it, and she was busy on a call, and I couldn't interrupt her. So I quickly Googled Cajun seasoning from scratch, and I made my own Cajun seasoning.
Ooh, you can see a video of some other seasonings with that link above. We'll put the Cajun one in a future video.
So I added in the Cajun seasoning, and this looks like a really spicy one, so I'm excited to try it. And then we add in some diced tomatoes, and we can put it all in the bag, smush it around, remove that excess air, and seal it up. On the day of, we just cook it over a skillet, and we can serve it on rice or in a wrap.
And speaking of recipes that I have invented over the years when we've gotten towards the end of our freezer cooking and we've got leftover ingredients, this Italian sausage pasta sauce is one of those. Actually, the Italian soup that Christy showed you earlier is also one of those because one time I did my math wrong and I bought double the amount of Italian sausage.
Is that how we had that one?
Yes.
Okay.
So, for this Italian sausage pasta sauce, which is a very good invention if I do say so myself, I really like it. Christy is more a fan of the sausage and peppers, but I digress. We're gonna put our Italian sausage meatballs in the bag, 3 cups of salsa, some onion that's diced green pepper, garlic, and capers, cause yum. And it's salty with the capers and it's just got that little extra zip. So put that in your bag, take out the excess air and freeze that. On the day that you go to cook this, you thaw it and then just heat it in a skillet while you're heating up or cooking your pasta noodles. You can serve it on top of pasta. If you want, you can sprinkle some red pepper flakes. You do want, I think, and some Parmesan cheese. Anyway, that is the Italian sausage pasta sauce.
Okay, whew, that was a lot because we didn't just do the 5 that we just talked about right now. We did 10 today. You can see the other video. We talked about it earlier. There is a lot going on in this kitchen at all times, but especially today. And
it was almost like a little mini marathon.
And it smelled so good in here. It was like,
oh yeah.
There was a lot of prep. You're right.
Yes.
There was a lot of prep for this one.
Yeah.
And
we did cook up the ground sausage. I know that's another video, but in the slow cooker.
Mm-hmm.
And and then we did the
meatballs in the oven.
Meatballs. So yeah, we had a lot going on, but it's amazing to have all these meals made.
Right. We totally have these beautiful meals. Did you see the stacks of the meals that we have? It's awesome. You'll enjoy our stacks because I know we do. Gorgeous stacks.
Get your freezer stacked so you can relax.
So if you don't know, a lot of these are right in our Freezer Meals 101 Club. The link is down below. You can join for a fee for the year, and you have access to almost 200 recipes. We add more every month. It's going to give you a shopping list, a prep list, and you can make it as big as you want or as little as you want.
Custom meal plans.
Custom meal plans.
We've got some exclusive videos in there, tutorials, and there's some meal plans that are already done for you.
That's
true. So if you don't want to have to think.
You just want to try it out, dip your toe.
And then you don't end up like me with double the Italian sausage
and you have to invent things.
Someone else has done the shopping list and math for you. And for this, I got help, so the math will be right.
The math will be right. List. Down below, there's also a link for our Facebook group. It's the nicest place on Facebook. I say this every week or every time we do a video because it's really true. And there's veterans in there who have been doing freezer cooking for years. There's us in there. We'll answer your questions. We'll give you tips. And just give us a comment below. See what your favorite sausage meatball recipe is. Mm-hmm. We want to know.
Thanks for joining us today and happy cooking.